Hello, everybody. Welcome. And I am just going to share, before we get going, to my personal that we are chatting with Zoe from BambinosBabyFood. Good morning. This is so exciting. So what I do for anybody just joining in and for Zoe is I share on my personal Facebook to get more people to join in when I'm doing a Facebook Live. So I'm going to say, join in the fun conversation with Zoe. CEO of Bambinos. So excited to talk to you.
Oh, can't wait to share.
There we go. Okay, and I'm going to say hear her success story. Because that's what this podcast is all about. So welcome if you're just joining in. I see Kathy. Do you know Kathy?
Yes.
Yay. Very cool. And we are just getting going, Kathy. And what I'm going to do is we are going to go live on my podcast. And what that means is, once I hit the record button, and I wonder if we look a little crooked there. There we go. Once I hit the record button, we're not going to do any feedback with comments, but Zoe will answer any questions that you guys have after our interview. We're going to talk to Zoe a couple questions, about 20 minutes, and then we'll answer any questions for you.
Thank you, Kathy.
She's so excited. I'm gonna see you at her grand opening, right, Kathy? At Zoe's grand opening. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining Biz Vision with Alaska Tracy. I'm gonna hit the record button here in just a couple seconds, and we're gonna do a recorded podcast as well as this Facebook Live, and then we'll answer any questions that you have for Zoe and her success after we finish her interview. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Record. Welcome everybody to Biz Vision with Alaska Tracy. Thank you for joining this week's episode. Really thrilled that you're here. Biz Vision is all about connecting people that have success in their lives and sharing their success, what they've gone through, what their vision was, what they've gone through to get their success, and sharing some little bumps along the way. So we're all about business, inspiration, and today we have a very special guest here at the office of Alaska Tracy. We were doing a Facebook Live as well. Zoe with Bambinos Frozen Baby Food. Yay! Look at that. Welcome, Zoe.
Thank you, Tracy.
I am so glad that you are here today.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
So I always like to have the guests share a little bit about themselves. I've pulled up a whole bunch of information about you, and I've seen that you've been on Good Morning America, and you've been just all over the news. Can you share your story with us, your vision?
Of course. I think it's just really important to connect and resonate with your audience and your families. I think with BambinosBabyFood, I just want to share one quick example that was really touching and completely defines what BambinosBabyFood is all about. the other day we had Rhonda McBride come in and do a little interview for the Frontier Show.
Okay, so for people who are joining from outside of Alaska,
Yes.
Rhonda McBride is
KTVA.
KTVA. Okay.
And one of the moms came in to pick up the baby food, and Rhonda had asked her a couple questions. And this is completely unprepared or anything like that. And there's the babies playing on the floor in front of our new retail storefront with addition to our manufacturing store. And the baby is playing on the floor, mom is sitting on the floor and asking and answering questions and things like that. And it was just like home. When you see the place, you'll see that it's an extension of your home. And that was exactly what Bambinos is. You come in, we hugged, we kissed, how's the baby? Oh my gosh, she's grown since last week, things like that. And the mom said something that was just overwhelming. She says, your baby food is a testament to my little one's smartness. And I was like, oh my gosh. Something like that, because you put your heart and soul into your company, but it's very important that your clients, your extension of your family, which is your business friends, that they feel that too. So that's just a little bit different.
God bumps. So when I started this podcast, I had no clue. Zoi was asking me what it was about, and I said, I really don't have any clue. Like, I started it heartfelt and looking for heart-centered businesses to really describe their experience, first their vision, and then the steps that they took to achieve that vision, and then success today. And people like you, I've just, literally the universe has put you in my path. I met Zoi at the farmer's market on south side of Anchorage years ago, and we became acquaintences.
Yes, but just very warm acquaintances.
Like, really, like, just connected. When you connect at the soul level. And then I've researched you, and kind of watched you, and I'm like, wait, she's got pictures on Facebook with Good Morning America, and wait, who is she? Who is Zoi? And just really wanting to get to know you better. So what was your vision for this, and when did this vision for this business come about? And then I can't wait to show people the food. It's so good. Oh,
so
I tried it.
My little background is that my parents have a Greek and Italian establishment, which I was raised in Greek traditional farming and food and Mediterranean diet. And my whole calling was to become a physician because I love science, I love medicine, and more importantly, I wanted to give back to the community and take care of the community. While I was in medical school, it was really interesting that there was a direct disconnect with nutrition and healing. And that was my first connection when I was working in the geriatrics field, that I started getting into the hospital's kitchen, even though that wasn't my place at the time.
Oh.
And kind of restarted
But they loved you.
Oh, yes. And kind of reformulated their food. And then about a month later, we had a review, and it was astounding. Patients were recovering. They were enjoying the food. It wasn't more of like pill pusher, kind of like the food, it was kind of like yucky. It became more of an experience. They loved the flavors again. They were getting stronger. The nutrition was right, things like that. So now fast forwarding to Bambinos. Bambinos is a collage of what my life has brought together, from my Mediterranean background to organic farming, making sure that all the resources are the best and the most natural, to my medical research, and in addition to all the wonderful doctors that I work with, from allergists and pediatricians around the nation, directly addressing the concerns from obesity, side effects of the obesity concerns, allergies, how to prevent them, and how to deal with allergies that parents are dealing with now.
I can see Bambinos being more than baby food.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm kind of fast forwarding here, backing up. So you had this vision. What did you do with the vision, and how long ago did you have the vision?
So about 4 years, I decided to, after I had refined my research and saw that what the concerns were we had over 43% with allergy or obesity concerns. And I said, well, let's take it refined to what kind of solutions do parents have? What are the ways they can deal with it? And kind of started researching different companies, what was offered in the WIC community, and said, oh my gosh, I don't quite see what we should be having reflecting what is found in retail stores. And parents were doing the same thing, which was oddly enough, and there's a significant market has left the baby food industry and is making it themselves. So that was how Bambinos kind of just reformulated and said, not just putting Band-Aids on the problem, just restructuring it, changing it from the shelf-stable baby food to full balanced meals with protein, grains, and vegetables together. Did I know that this was what I was going to do? This is the fun one. I really just thought about wanting to make a healthier baby food, and it just started unraveling by itself. And I started running behind it. Many times it was chasing after me, and I said, oh my gosh, okay, that's the direction I'm going. I call it, it's very whimsical.
Leading with your heart?
Yes. And not only that, it's your clients. Your clients lead you. They guide you. They are your biggest champions. Like Book Smart or book education of any sort can tell you paths, but reality is what really guides it.
Did you do a business plan?
I did. I did the business plan perhaps after about a year and a half after I had started the company. I didn't even do it quite at the beginning. Now, this is where the other part is. Is my business plan true today as it was 5 years ago? No.
The business plan creates the action steps.
Yes. It's
right?
the thinking process.
Right. And it's the research and the fact finding, and is the market going to support?
Oh, yes.
It's not just going out there
and don't, my advice to other entrepreneurs is don't feel that if it shifts in a different direction, it's something that you did wrong or you didn't see it or anything like that. There's been many evolutions of what Bambinos has done. There's one thing that has stayed consistent. The quality of the ingredients, the nutritional facts, the quality of the product, and its mission has always stayed consistent. The rest of them, whether it's your packaging, whether it's how you're going to get it to the clients. Originally, I thought I was going to go direct to retail. And I said, wait a minute. The connection is the families.
So what you're saying is the core, the foundation, the vision and the mission statements.
Correct.
They will guide
your business.
Right.
They will guide the soul of your company.
Right.
And not only that now we started hiring larger groups to work with us. It's really interesting that same mission, that same drive resonates with them. So it's not you're an employee of Bambinos. You are a partner. You are committed to it, and you believe in it yourself.
Right. If you're just joining in, thank you very much. If you have any questions for Zoi, please comment below. I'm also recording this as a podcast, so Zoi will answer any questions that you might have or comments after we finish recording. So back to the product. So Zoi brought me the product, and I was thinking, I don't have children. I have dogs. And I was thinking, baby food, great. I've read your information. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued, obviously, because I've asked you to be on the interview. And so she brought me this wonderful bag, and it's salmon flavor. And I was reading the ingredients because I am always concerned about what I put. Not always, but I try to be concerned about what I put in my body. And then she started telling me about a party. You want to share about that party?
So 2 years ago, we had our little girl's baptism, and it was really a lot of our friends and family were, what are you up to? What have you been up? We've kind of fallen off the face of the earth kind of thing. And so we had on the second or third entree that was served, I had put our halibut baby food in martini glasses. And put a little crostini in it and had it served to all of our guests. I was very nervous about that. One, I didn't want to, embarrass anyone by saying, I just fed you baby food. But I knew that our baby food is more than just baby food. It is a real balanced meal that lays that healthy foundation for little ones for a lifetime, and for other older generations as well, the whole family table. And once all the martini glasses went empty back, it was really fun. I said, well, thank you very much for all coming and joining us to celebrate our little girl's baptism. And P.S., you guys just had some baby food and halibut. So we had a large crowd of giggles, and afterwards the questions are like, it tasted like a bisque. And I was like, yes, exactly. And low sodium, good quality nutrition. Some kind of fun aspects of our baby food is it comes in a star shape.
So I'm opening the bag because I want to show you how cute this is. Oh, it's adorable. Okay, so they come in little stars. They're frozen. Mm-hmm. So the kids probably love them, right?
Yes, they can eat them frozen like a little popsicle, so the little hands fit perfectly around to teach them how to hold and eat by themselves.
So little stars.
And you can also use it for portioning, so however many ounces you like to thaw out, you don't have any waste. Actually, it's perfect for gastric bypass clients.
So we put how many in here? 3? 2. We put 2 in here. I've already eaten some. It's gone, and you can see the consistency of what it looks like. For those on the podcast listening, it's a bisque. Mm-hmm. It's a bisque consistency, and it is so good. Oh my God.
Thank you.
It is so good. I'm really going to have it for lunch.
I believe it.
It really is. It's so good. It tastes really like a bisque, but like nothing I've ever tasted.
Mm-hmm. There's no creams. There's not a lot of salt.
So no tummy aches for me because I don't do creams. But I mean, it was so good. It really, and you knew I was going to say that, right?
Yes.
Because she was heating it up, and I was like...
It's the stereotype of the name that it's a baby food that kind of makes people a little bit worried at the beginning, but once you have it...
Well, and I was not teasing, but I always think of our dog, because they're our babies, and our one with cancer, and I thought, oh my gosh, this would be such a great snack for her. But I kind of would hate, I mean, I love her, and we spend a lot of money on her, but I would, I would have to ration them because I really like it. It's so good. I'm going to feed it to my husband.
Thank you. That would be fun.
And not tell him.
Not tell him.
No. And say, oh, I brought a bisque today, or I made a bisque. I really want you to sample it. Let me know what you think. And I'll report back. I'll comment back on here what he thought. I mean, it's so good. So what are the flavors?
So we have chicken, we have beef, and the beef is actually filet mignon because it is the most condensed area for protein and iron. Okay. So when you're looking specifically to babies, instead of giving them the Ironman supplements, you give them the real food, and their body is naturally able to digest it and absorb it.
Oh.
So for example, with the salmon, it's the omegas. Not putting fortified omegas, which are commonly found in breast milk only. All the other ones are fortified.
Okay.
So with the halibut and the salmon, you get the beautiful balanced dose of omegas, which are so essential for your little one's brain development.
It's so good. It's really good. Where can people find this?
They can find it at our website, BambinosBabyFood.com. And they can order their 1-month supply of baby food. We ship them all over the United States, direct to consumer. It's about 24 meals each, depending on the variety that you select. We have one called the variety pack, so you get to sample all the different ones, and it's $79. Plus the shipping fee. You can get up to 3 cases for that same shipping fee that we have on there. And you portion it however your little one is. It goes into a great age span from 4 months to 3 years old, the same meal. And the way you could do that is either eating it frozen or lightly thawing it out, so that way it has more texture as your little one gets a little older, or the more you warm it up, it comes into that beautiful bisque. And if they really need texture, when they're getting around 1.5 or 2, have some steamed rice and pour that on top. So you're securing the nutrients consistently and getting those textures that you need. The other thing that's really important is that our nutritional elements are 7 to 10 times more nutritional than the other baby food brands that are existing because of our Alaskan sourced vegetables, the quality and the combination, the purity of the nutrition, and the way we make it.
It's really amazing. And I love your packaging and all the ingredients on there and the story, your story on the back. Just really, what age do you find right now? I know you're just getting ready to kick off your location, but what age, average age, buys it?
We see anywhere from 4 months to about a year and a half. Our eldest client is 103. and she's a late-stage Alzheimer's patient. Okay. Then we also have bodybuilders that love it too because of the lean protein, high nutrients. So we have a beautiful array of clients.
From a marketing standpoint, I've all these ideas racing around in my head for you. Oh my gosh, so good. Is there anything, words of wisdom that you can give to the listeners about if they're just starting a business or thinking about starting a business? What advice would you give?
My advice would be just think it through the best you can. It will guide you. There's only a certain amount of hours in the day, and the only place you can ever really take it away from is sleep. So that's just kind of one of those things that as an entrepreneur you'll have to know that you'll have to dedicate certain times of the day, spend some time for yourself with your family. But your business is also your baby, so just as much time as you dedicate to everything, you'll probably want a little bit more.
I was up at 3 working this morning. My head just was like on fire. I was like, oh, I gotta get up. I gotta go. And kind of learning to roll with that.
Yes.
Right?
I have always a little kind of notepad because I can't have my iPhone next to me because it's too bright. And I don't want it. So I have this notepad, and it's really fun the next morning to see what I woke up in the middle of the night and jotted down, and you can see your letters are going a little bit sideways, and then you're like, I think I got what I said.
So you write in the dark?
Yes.
That's great advice, because as I was doing that last night, my husband had a very important day today, and I could tell I was taking notes on my iPhone, and it was so bright, and I think I woke him. And
just make sure it's a big pad, so that way you can, you feel it through, kind of thing.
That is a great idea. Yeah, wonderful advice. I'm going to end the podcast, and then Facebook folks, stay on for 1 minute. So thank you all for joining this week's episode of Biz Vision with Zoi from Bambinos. And in the show notes, I will put how to get a hold of her, how to buy this delicious food for babies. I'm going to be buying your food. So thank you again for joining in. Thank you, Zoi, for being here.
Thank you very much. And please do join us. September 1st is our grand opening for our retail store. We'll have a lot of beautiful things happening, from family yoga to professional child photography, of course, a lot of sampling of baby food, and live music. And it's at corner of Benson and Spenard.
Corner of Benson and Spenard.
Yes.
September 1st.
September 1st at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. for you Anchorage, Alaska folks. Thank you for joining Biz Vish. Okay, Facebook people. Let me just end there we go. I'm ending that. So let's see, Kathy had a comment, and she says, even though the ribbon offering is August 31st, are you open now? Good question.
Yes, we are open now. You'll also see a lot of our preparation that we're doing for the opening, so it's just come in and you'll see the boxes and see all the wonderful things we're preparing.
Oh, good. Okay, so, and people can find you online, which I'll put that. And I'm just looking to see if we have any other last minute comments before we wrap up. Thank you all for joining today.
Thank you, Tracy.
Zoe. What a great guest. And congratulations.
Thank you. It's been really fun. Thank you.
I'll put her how to get a hold of Zoi in the comments after we wrap up, and I'll put more about her opening. So thank you all for joining in this morning. Have a great day.
Bye.